Hello, I want to introduce you to my friend Yvonne Morlu from Liberia. Yvonne, you want to say hello to our friends?
Hi to everyone.
I want you to hear some of Yvonne, her story. Yvonne, you grew up in Liberia during the Civil War there, correct?
Yes.
And during the war, your family was moved into a refugee camp inside Monrovia. Is that right?
Yes.
Then something, not that that's not bad enough, but then something even worse happened. What happened?
What happened was that when we moved at the refugee camp in the Soklene area, Pinsville, we were caught with the rebel came in and attacked the area, and then they pushed us behind their line, and I got separated from my parents because we were not at the same place at the same time. They were home and I went to go fish for food.
Okay, so you went to go look for food and the rebels attacked where your camp was. And you got separated from your parents. Then what did the rebels do to you?
They forced me out to carry me to another part of Liberia.
So they abducted you.
Yeah, they adopted me in Nimba.
So that's many hours away in their camp in the bush, right?
Yeah, many hours away.
And what did you have to do for them there?
I was forced to cook because they had their wives. I was forced to cook, to draw water, to wash dishes, to work.
You were
for
basically a slave for them.
Yeah.
And I imagine many terrible things happened to you in those 2 years.
Yes.
And you probably saw some very terrible things.
Yes, I saw terrible things that I've never seen in my life before. Especially I saw kids holding guns, and sometimes they were fighting me and say, wash my clothes, because they were small, but they had these terrible arms with them, and they will have to scare you, and you will have to be trained to do it because you are afraid. And they will do what they want to do to you if you don't do it. It's serious. They are not joking about it. Sometimes you will stay there and they will fire a gun to tell you that they are saying something serious. So it was actually serious.
And how old were some of these?
Around the age of 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 10.
So the camp full of child soldiers, and
Yeah.
you and these others were slaves for them.
Yes.
But then you met some 7 or 8 other people, 6 or 7 other people from Monrovia. You began to meet and make a plan. What was that plan?
Okay, we met first at the basketball court, and then we saw one another speaking our Liberia English, and then we grouped. Oh, where are you from? The other one said, I'm from Monrovia. I said, I'm from Monrovia. And then we group ourselves quickly and say, how can we get from this place? And then we started to strategize that we could get out by leaving one by one and meeting in Monrovia to be reunited with our parents. And the plan worked.
So you made a plan to escape, the 8 of you. And how many kilometers through the forest is Nimba from Monrovia?
It's like miles away, because it's like it takes you from about 6 hours.
6 hours
there.
to drive.
Yeah.
So it's about 300 miles, right?
Yeah.
So you guys traveled about 300 miles through enemy territory, through the forest, through checkpoints, and you all made it safely.
Yes, we made it safely.
And do you still know any of those people today?
Yes, I still know. I have a good relationship with 2 of them, and they are even married. They got to know one another into that rebel territory. But when we came over, and then they got into a relationship, and they are married today, and we work closely together as sisters. Actually, I love that.
So that was in the early 90s, and then you spent the rest of the war in Monroe.